and since becoming a mom, it literally is like I found my purpose. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a fun video for you guys. We are going to be decluttering, organizing, cleaning out my pantry, my refrigerator, and my freezer. And trust me y'all, they need it bad. So I'm just going to get started over here in my pantry. This is after my baby went to bed. My husband was out grocery shopping, and I decided before he got home with all those groceries, I wanted to get this stuff cleaned. So we are going to be taking almost everything out of my pantry. We are going to be organizing it, putting it all back, checking expiration dates, throwing away things that have expired, and trust me y'all, there were some things that had expired in there. So we're going to be getting rid of all that stuff and just organizing it. Ever since my husband and I decided to start doing low carb, our pantry's actually been pretty empty. So I decided this was a really good time to go ahead and organize it and just clean it out. You will notice there was a few things up on the top shelf that I left that were already where I want them. So I was just like, why take them down? Same with this bottom shelf. The paper towels and stuff and that cake pan were already where I wanted them. So I just kind of organized things around those things that were already right where they're supposed to be. And then I needed to go ahead and sweep the floor because it's really gross. There was so much stuff on the floor that like dog hair had gotten like back behind it. And you couldn't really tell in the video, but there was just like piles of dog hair on that floor. Now we're going to move on to like the organizing and checking dates and all that stuff. So I'm starting with my spices because that's one of my easiest things. You'll notice here I have 2 of the exact same Italian seasoning. I go through these pretty quickly. So I am just combining those. I put them in the one that had the expiration date that was closest to now, and then I put them back in there. And I'm just organizing them, making sure everything's where I want it, and then I will be putting that back into the pantry. And then putting all my big spices, the ones that like don't fit in that little container, will go right next to my spice like rack, I guess is what it is. My spice rack. That's what that's called, right? Now I'm going through these little like packages of seasonings. This is where I keep like my gravies, my ranch dip mixes, things like that. So I'm just kind of organizing those, throwing away any boxes, and then putting those back in my pantry. And now I'm just checking the expiration dates on everything else before I start putting it all back into the pantry. And I told you guys that I had some expired stuff in there. Yep, that says 2018. And this is the bin I keep all like my toddler snacks in. I know nothing in here is expired because we go through this and like completely empty it out quite often. So I'm just kind of organizing the pouches in there and then his fruit bars and then sticking that back in the cabinet, or sorry, the pantry. And then I went ahead and put the cans down on the like second from bottom shelf. It's funny because that whole shelf used to all be cans. And since we're not eating like carbs and as me processed food, there's hardly any there anymore. And then you saw me put my baked goods up on the shelf with the spices. So all of my baking stuff, like my flour, sugar, all that stuff went up there. And then kind of anything left over, like pancake mix, rice, pasta, things like that go on the same shelf as my baby food. And that completes the pantry portion. We have some extra flour and sugar up top, some of cast iron skillets over on the other side. And then, like I said, all my baking stuff is over here. And then my spices as you move over this way. And then down here, like I said, I have rice, pasta, peanut butter, coconut oil, and then baby food, like his pouches and fruit bars and everything over here in this little basket. And then this is the shelf that used to all be canned goods and now is completely empty on one of the side of it. And then this bottom shelf just has like paper towels, trash bags, water bottles, things like that. And then we have some reusable grocery bags there at the bottom. Now we're moving on to the fridge. And like I said, my husband was out grocery shopping when I filmed this, so it's actually pretty empty. It'll get pretty full after we go grocery shopping, but I'm just gonna take everything out. Again, check expiration dates, throw away old food, and then wash out the entire fridge and freezer before I put everything back. Why I have 2 almost completely empty barbecue jars, I have no idea, but they are both getting thrown away. And then to wipe everything down, I am just using my Jaws kitchen cleaner, which I love. It is probably my favorite of the Jaws cleaner line. And now I'm going to start putting everything back, and I can kind of walk you through how I organize my fridge. So on the bottom I have my son's milk, and that little thing there's like my bouillons and my garlic. This top little shelf is where I keep any baby food and my son's drinks. And then I'm putting condiments over here where you can see the ketchup and the ranch. And then on this other shelf I'm going to be putting some protein shakes and then our jellies over there as well. And then we're going to go ahead and move on to the main part of the fridge and just again, pull everything out, throw stuff away, and then wipe it all down. A lot of times I will take all these shelves out and just wash them by hand in the sink. But honestly, y'all, my sink was a mess this night and I didn't feel like cleaning it first. So my fridge wasn't too dirty today. I just washed it probably about 2 months ago, and so it wasn't too bad. Nothing like spilled in it or anything. So I'm just taking my Jaws cleaner again and wiping it down. The only part that was pretty gross is this bottom part, which I can't take out anyways. So I did take out the little drawers that go up on these little sliding things, whatever they're called, and try to get some of the gunk out from underneath there.
The door, I'm on the way. A million things I guess that I should say, but I am done. Yeah, I am done. Letting go of all my heavy load. I waited for the moment.
Now again, time to load everything up. So fruits and veggies go in these two bottom drawers. I think that's pretty common for most people. I put eggs up here on the left of this fridge, and then mostly cheeses go in that little drawer that can be meat or cheese, but we don't do a whole lot of lunch meats, mostly just cheeses. Leftovers I usually try to put on the top shelf and sometimes in the middle shelf as well. And then we're moving on to the freezer, and I'm just going to be taking everything out of here. Anything that we haven't used in a while that was open, I did just go ahead and decide to throw away. These are our wedding cake toppers. I don't know what to do with those. They're made out of fondant, so I just keep them in the freezer. And then I start spraying it down with my Jaws cleaner, but realized there was some like ice and stuff on it. So then I took some warm water with vinegar in a spray bottle, and I used that to spray and wipe everything down instead, and it worked a lot better. Just having that warm water to help melt any ice that was stuck on there. And now in the door of my freezer, all that's in there is ice packs and my cake toppers up top, and that's it. So here I'm just emptying out some ice trays into our little ice holder thing, and then again taking everything out, throwing stuff away, and then I'm gonna wipe everything down and put it all back. The bottom of my freezer has all these like scuff marks on it that I was really trying to scrub off here. It didn't work. I'm going to show you a clip here in just a second of what it really looks like up close, because you can't tell from this view, but all my scrubbing, none of it really worked.
not a shade of mine. All in all I'm doing.
And this is all the food from the fridge and freezer that I ended up throwing away. And that is it, you guys. If you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up. If you are new here, don't forget to hit that red subscribe button. Turn on your bell notifications so you don't miss any of my videos. And I'll see you guys on Friday. Bye, y'all.
It's not a shade of